Looking at the games this week, Cleveland, we both have the Niners. I have Tennessee over Cleveland. Tennessee is more consistent. Not that I like Tannehill over Deshaun. I just think Tennessee, the way they play. I mean, Vrabel's a good coach. He's a very underrated coach, and he just has those guys playing consistent football. Stop the run the ball, stop the run. That's what they do consistently. I got Tennessee beating Cleveland, and plus Cleveland's trying to figure out how life without Chubbs, so they're going to be in trouble. We both had Detroit. We both had Green Bay. It turns out you did pick the Dolphins over the Broncos. We got the Chargers over, and that was a tough game to pick, actually, the Chargers and the Vikings. The Chargers traveling to Minnesota again. That's a tough game to pick. I'm leaning – I obviously picked the Chargers, but I think that's one of my games of the week is the Chargers versus the Vikings. I'll get to that later. Jets over New England. You're going with New England again. You're going with New England again over the. I guess it is Bill Belichick against a young quarterback, huh? It is. That's good concept there. I took the Jets defense. Pretty much slowing down with New England.
And they will. They hold them to very few points.
But you got a 9-0 game in this one?
I got a 17-12, 17-15, something like that.
Oh boy. Okay. We both agree with Buffalo, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Seattle, KC, Dallas, Pittsburgh, Philly, and Cincinnati. So we agree on. There's only a few games that we actually disagree on. Again, the points against the spread. I got Detroit minus the 3.5 against the Falcons. I got Green Bay minus the 2.5 against the Saints, and I got Cincinnati. I got Cincinnati getting off the snide against the Rams. They play the Rams, who, the Rams look competitive against Seattle and put up a stinker against the Niners.
No, the Niners, I mean, they were okay. They were so.
Confidence picks. I didn't post my confidence picks for this week either. Let me see what we did for our confidence picks here. Confidence picks. I got Miami for 1, Cincinnati for 2, KC with 3, San Francisco with 4, Dallas with 5. You got KC with 5, Dallas with 4, San Francisco with 3, Philly with 2, and the Seahawks with 1. So we'll see how that shakes out for this week here. But those are our picks for this week, Cleveland. Yeah, and so the games of the week I have, Cleveland, I don't know what your games of the week are, but my games of the week is the Saints versus the Packers. I want to see if the Packers can rebound again. I really thought Jordan Love looked good for 3.5 quarters. Can they finish the job this week? I got the Chargers versus the Vikings, as I mentioned, and then the Steelers and the Raiders. I think that's going to be that old historical game. That classic game is going to be kind of my game of the week. What's your game of the week?
Right now, Cam, the game of the week has to be the Chargers and the Vikings, right? Whoever loses that game is out of playoff contention. So, I mean, that is do or die in every sense of the word, right? We're on the same page with that, right?
Yeah, that's a winner.
The loser of this game will not make the playoffs, right?
Right. Again, I didn't have Minnesota in the playoffs last year. I thought last year the ball just bounced their way every game. I mean, again, they won 8 games, if my memory serves me correct, with one score games. They won 8 of those, and I just didn't expect that to happen this week again, or this season again. Those type of things don't go year to year to year. So I didn't expect them to be in contention this season anyway. The Chargers, again, the defense, I'm really concerned about the defense. And I just gave the teacher analogy. Like if the teacher, when you got that test, or years ago, they tried to say the teacher's test scores, hold the teachers accountable for the test scores of the students, right? I don't know. Was that a thing in Seattle? I know it was in LA, that they try to hold the teachers accountable for the test scores, saying if the teachers are doing an effective job, the kids will learn. Therefore,
yeah. No, that's not a very good analogy when it comes to the NFL because it's all about talent. And we go back and forth about this, Cam. Is it your scheme or is it the talent? It's always the talent.
Cleveland,
it's always the talent. You cannot draw up plays if there's no talent to execute the plays. Now, to your point, if you have a whole bunch of talent and you can't draw up any plays for these cats to be successful,
that's the point. That's more the point I'm making with the Chargers again. Unless you're telling me that Joey Bosa is over the hill, if you're telling me that Khalil Mack is over the hill, The question, the jury is out on Kenneth Murray, but this is his third year. Like Kenneth Murray is big, is 6'4", 260 pounds, runs a 4.4. Like if you can't coach this guy into being a wrecking ball. Like there's something wrong with your coaching scheme, right?
Coaching scheme. Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you have Derwin James, there's no one who understands football, who watches football, to say Derwin James is not one of the best safeties in the NFL. No one can tell you that. But if you have him playing all 6 positions in the defensive secondary, like you're not able to build the continuity with whoever's playing next to him. If he goes up and you have him play corner on this play, now who's in your back? Who's playing his position? Like all these guys aren't in the right mode. Put them at one position. Your strong safety, your free safety. Let your cornerbacks play.
Let him dominate that position, and then let everyone else play.
Fill in the rest. Fill in the rest. That's not a hard concept. But when you keep to me, it's not. But when you keep moving them around all over the field. And thinking that because they won't know we're going to hit him with this. They won't know he's coming off the side this line. Okay, well your defensive backs who are replacing Derwin James, they don't know what the hell they're doing back there. So maybe that's not the best situation to keep moving this guy around, in my opinion. That's one of the things I would love to. Derwin's going to tell me he's a football player. He'll play any position. I already know that. That's what he'll say to that response. But I like to ask the coach, are we making it more difficult for your records of your secondary when you keep moving this guy around? Nobody can get a feel for where he is. I mean, as much as you think you're surprising the offense, you're surprising your defense just as well because they don't know what they're doing. So I really like to see what's going on there. I really like to kind of get an understanding of what's going on there, but I think that's a problem that the Chargers are going to have to figure out. Staley's going to have to figure out. Again, there was just some things that Ryan Tannehill go 20 for 24 against you. It like that caught my attention. All that you've been talking about the last 2 years, that caught my attention more so than them giving up 27 points against Jacksonville Jaguars in the playoffs. That caught my attention. So again, fans, those we gave you the games of the week there.